So PP Jackie, could you do our invocation, please?
Good morning, fellow Rotarians and guests. Let us pray. O God and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days. Amen.
Amen. And to do our loyal toast, Rotarian Leah Carlo.
Good morning, everyone, and my apologies for not being on camera this morning. But please raise your cups, glasses, mugs, and join me in the loyal toast to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Okay, so we have literally 2 minutes for fellowship. You may be seated. All right, so while we're doing our fellowship, I'll just ask Director Keisha to come and announce the raffle so that you can get your prizes. We have exciting prizes. If you're online, you can participate as well. Please come forward, Director.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm fine, yes, good morning. Good morning to everyone in the room, fellow Rotarians, guests, and those of you that are online. Good morning this morning. I am super duper excited to present to you our raffle prize for this morning, and it is a $75 gas voucher. So one ticket is going to be for $5 and you have 3 for $10. So please go ahead. Those of you that are online, come on and drop those figures in the chat, whatever you want. And I'm going to come around to those of you in the room in a minute and purchase. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, Director Keisha. Please support the raffle. All right. Okay, so you all look wonderful this morning. If you are missing, there are people here having breakfast. So if breakfast looks like it's delicious, it's smelling up the whole room. And there are treats in the back, donuts. If you're still close by, make your way over to Crypto Aisle. We'd love to see you in person. I'm gonna ask our secretary to come forward and do our welcome. Secretary Kemi.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So if anybody who knows me, they know I'm not a morning person. So I'm gonna need y'all to help me wake up this morning and help me smile today. So good morning, everyone. It's such a great pleasure to be back after missing last week's meeting. And I see lots of old and new faces, starting off firstly with our guest in the room with us, Shimon. Nice to see you again. And hopefully,
special.
and hopefully soon to be member, hopefully Hinton. And I see quite a few members in the chat here. Leah Carla, nice to see you back again, our Rotarian friend. Alexander Bullard, good morning. Carolyn, good morning. I see you've been coming to quite a few of our meetings, so definitely look forward to hopefully you crossing the aisle very soon as well too. And to a few other guests in the room. Actually, sorry. Fellow Rotarians, do you want to introduce any of your guests you may have attending the meeting today?
Good morning. Me, I would like to say a special welcome to Carolyn this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Baby Jackie. Anyone else has a guest in the room?
Good morning. I do. I have at the meeting this morning, Laurenelle Poitier. She's visiting for the first time.
Okay. Awesome.
Webb, sorry, Laurenelle Webb.
Good morning, Laurenelle. Anyone else has a guest in the chat?
Good morning.
Good morning, Laurenelle. Any other Rotarians has a guest with them this morning? Well, firstly, I'd also like to say a very special welcome and thank you to our guest speaker, Nancy, this morning.
Leonhardt.
Yes. I wasn't going to try and butcher your name, sorry.
Well, thank you. And I'm so happy to be here and I wish I could see your view.
Good morning. I also see Janet Munnings in the chat. Janet, do you want to say good morning and who were you a guest at?
Good morning. I'm a guest of Sophia Pender Moss.
Sophia. Thank you. Good morning, Janet. I don't see Sophia here, but we'll welcome you on her behalf. And I think that's all of our guests in the chat. Did I miss anyone?
Yes, you did.
Oh, Chadley, sorry, just about to say goodbye. Good morning. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Chatterley. I'm a guest of Doneth. Sorry.
Well, good morning, Charlie, and hope you enjoy our meeting today.
Madam President.
I think with that, I'll pass it back to you, Madam President. Oh, sorry, Dino, sorry. Dino, you speaking? Sorry.
No, I'm saying thank you.
I was just saying no excuses for Madam President, but she already said she's sorry.
Well, P, Dino has spoken. So with that, I'll pass it on. Is there anyone else in the chat, sorry, that I might have missed? No, with that, then I guess I'll pass it back to you, Madam President, and have a good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I gladly pay my fine for my guests. Usually I invite quite a few people and I'm not able to see online whether they're here or not. So I think I will pay the fine because I'm happy that Chatterley is here and I'm looking forward to you coming in person one morning. So as you know, we're celebrating Literacy Month and PP Sophia, you're next with that lit moment. You may want to, you don't have time to fix the lipstick or anything. So please come forward and we will now have our lit moment. Please listen keenly. Thank you.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians, guests. I'm just going to read an excerpt from, I'll let you know where I'm reading it from afterwards. It's Sustainability in Small Island Nations. Many small island developing nations are responding well to the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, as set out by the United Nations by implementing a unique set of resilience strategies that is proving to be sustainable and able to withstand the test of time. Many have sought to implement the SDGs in phased initiatives, which include best practices and mitigation strategies that factor in contributions from both the public and private sector of the economy. In the case of the Bahamas, however, a new government ministry was established post-Hurricane Dorian in 2019, the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, Management and Reconstruction. Was established in 2019 by the government of the Bahamas with the primary intent to manage and coordinate a national response for the economic recovery and social vibrancy of local communities post major hurricanes and other natural disasters. One of the primary responsibilities of this ministry is to ensure applicable regulatory reform and changes, as well as removal of unnecessary regulatory roadblocks and red tape. Smaller SIDS, like the Bahamas, that are also particularly vulnerable to external shocks, have felt the burden of advancing leading-edge strategies that will make them more resilient and sustainable in the face of unprecedented global warming, climate changes, pandemics, and increased unpredictability globally. The Bahamas has created, as a rule, very comprehensive mitigation strategies that have included input from both the public and private sectors. The country's authorities also considered the initial mandates of involvement by the United Nations for all SIDS regarding implementation of the SDGs. The heightened frequency of natural disasters has forced an urgent advancement in development and implementation of economic and political strategies to help with rapid recovery. Emphasis is understandably placed on the strength of the relationships in existence between the public and private sectors. excellent fiscal management of scarce resources, and the leveraging of much needed investments, local, foreign direct, in crucial areas such as the blue and green economies, have proven to be critical to sustainable success. This is particularly true for small and vulnerable archipelagos like the Bahamas. This excerpt was taken from a chapter that I wrote in my last book called Pandemics. And this is not advertisement, this is academic. Pandemic, not disaster. Could we please? Pandemics, disasters, sustainability in tourism. Thank you.
And that was your lit moment that went on longer. And she's a stickler for time, but when she gets to the podium, she forgets. All right. No, you can't have 5 minutes. No, that's not a low blow. All right, so we're gonna invite our family of Rotary Chair to come forward and do our birthdays, anniversaries, and everything else in between.
Thank you, Madam President. PP, so Sophia looked so good in her Christmas colors. You know, she was styling and profiling. Love it. There are no birthday or Rotaryversary celebrations this week, but we do have a family of Rotary celebration. Some of you are aware who were engaged in our chat this week that we have in our midst just newly appointed acting Justice of the Supreme Court, our very own PAG Carla. I learned very early when I joined Rotary October last year that she's a lioness. So we are so proud of you. Made me feel so, you know, like the older people would say, I feel so good to know that we have Supreme Court Justice. You're acting now, but we know big things are going on, like we say here. So congratulations, and we love you. PAG Carla. I thought I said it. Someone said she was online. PAG Carla.
Thank you so much.
Go, Carla, go.
If you want to get away, I remember there's a judge, you know, they have drivers, so they don't drive themselves anymore. But if you want a private getaway, you have your Rotarians, okay? All right. Angelica sent us a thank you note for the gift from the club, and I think I saw her yesterday, and I think
What's going on with sound?
I think the Sarge is online. Not sure if he's ready, but I see Patrick in the room and he's always ready with a good joke. So I'm going to call on Director Patrick to give us a joke. And there's a blanket fine on everyone for having so much fun already. Come forward, please, Director Patrick.
Morning. Here's the joke. I have none, so we get to make that up in fines. Here's the joke. I don't have none, so we have to make that up in fines. All right. So what we want to do is we want to stop it. Then people who phone ring went off $5. Next, anyone who doesn't have a PIN, $3. Anyone who came late, $2. Okay, in that case, $5. All right. Yeah, you know, when we get a certain age, please have them senior moments. And people laugh. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Director Patrick. We can always depend on you. And so we now have our slot for announcements. Are there any announcements? Let's start with those online. Do you have any announcements? Anyone?
Why don't you wake up one?
Welcome, Rotarian Karen. Karen Major is online. Good to see you. Yeah, that should be a fine, I'm told. Any announcements online? All right, to the room, any announcements? Anything coming up that we need to know about? All right. Okay, well, okay, please come forward, Director.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Just to let you know, there are a few more days to bingo night. And I've been calling, I've been WhatsApping, and I've been getting some very good response. But for those Rotarians who haven't responded to me yet, please respond to me. We need your help. We have 30 prizes already, 30 fabulous prizes already. So please come out, bring 2 persons with you, and let's have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And we're gonna have fun while we're making money to help others. So please purchase a ticket for $30. That includes a meal and 2 games. So you can't get a better price than that. And I know the way how everybody looking here and online, we all could afford $30. We all could afford $30. And I have tickets with me this morning. So please. Oh, each person is going to take a ticket, the president said. So good. So Karen, is that okay with you? I mean, are you going to, I don't have to. Okay, but anyway, how it goes, I'm new, so however it goes. Everybody will be charged $30. That's awesome. We have 70 members? Yes. 70 members, I got that right. So that's a lot of cash. I think it's a sold.
Any other announcements? But not just sold, we'd like you to show up and of course, play bingo. They're not hearing online? Oh, how long ago that happened? Not sure.
The audio is fine now. We can hear.
No, that mic needs to be muted. This one is not. They should be hearing. You're not hearing?
We are.
We are.
Okay, thank you. Who is not hearing? If they're not hearing, maybe it's their audio. It's
You
on
couldn't
their
hear
end.
that. You couldn't hear that 1 minute. That's all. That one phrase with that fee, that fine. That's the part we couldn't hear.
Oh, well, it was a very important point, and it's that all members will be billed for a ticket for the bingo party. Did you all hear that now? So we don't want you to just buy the ticket. We'd like you to show up because we're gonna have a great time. We have a new member. Time is going. We have a new member induction. So I'm going to invite. You have an announcement? Oh, come forward quickly.
Morning, Rotarians and guests. Everybody good? Y'all don't sound good. Everybody good? All righty, that's awesome. Listen, on Saturday, y'all ready for this? Y'all know the Literacy Committee always has something good and exciting, right? Y'all know we are lit, right? Okay, so therefore, on Saturday, I need you guys to sign in to our virtual reading cafe. I'm sure you all have seen the flyer. We'll be sharing it more and more, and I hope you guys have been sharing it with your family and friends, correct? All right, so I want to see it on the WhatsApp statuses, the Facebook pages, everything, right? Because we need to get the kids out, you know? This is gonna be fabulous. We have our very own President Leonhardt, right? Reading as one of the readers. And because it's a collaboration with Rotary Club of Nassau as well as Rotary Club of Southeast Nassau, we have President Johan Bain from the Rotary Club of Southeast Nassau as well as President Chantel Nesbitt from the Rotary Club of Nassau reading, okay? So it's from 5:30 to 6:30. Guys, please sign in. We need your support. This is gonna be fabulous. We have DJ Marlon. We did a test run last night. Everything sounds amazing. Y'all are going to love this. We are going to be, what is it? Thank you. All right.
Yes, 5 p.m. Looking forward to seeing you with the grandchildren online. So when you come, guys, and you sign in, bring your godchildren, your nieces, nephews. We want to read to the kids, not just the adults. All right, so I'm going to invite PDG Felix to come forward and to induct our new member. And right after that, you will introduce our guest speaker. So please come forward, Anishka. And her sponsor is Duran. I'm not seeing Duran this morning. So Saj, that's a major find.
Okay. I go first. Good morning, family of Rotary. What's on the agenda? As you know, we are mandated by laws to have elections of officers and directors by the end of October, and we have a 1 month notice to do that. So this morning, I'd like to announce that we are opening nominations for president nominee and for directors of the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise. You can send your nominations either to the nominating committee, or you can nominate from the floor on the date of the elections. So nomination will be open until the meeting just prior to the 31st of October. So please, if you're gonna nominate people, make sure you get their permissions first, okay? Now, we have, what's it? No, I was not told who I was inducting, so, right? So, yeah, I paid my fine in the back earlier this morning. I paid a big fine. So this morning, ladies and gentlemen, Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise, we have this very solemn ceremony. I like to make sure that we treat the ceremony with the respect it deserves, because this moment is sometimes probably the most important moment in a Rotarian's life when they get inducted into the Rotary Club. So this morning, we'd like to pay that honor to Anishka. Fellow Rotarians, our Rotary Club must add new members from time to time so that we may not only increase our usefulness and influence as a club, but also extend the spirit of Rotary through the community. Today, we welcome Anishka to our ranks and admit her to membership in our club. Anishka, the members of the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise have elected you to membership in this club because they believe you to be a worthy representative of your calling, and you also possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify the true spirit of Rotary in your public, business, social, and private life. We wish to impress upon you that not only are you admitted to the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise, but to a worldwide association and by your membership in this club, Anishka, every Rotary Club in the world will welcome you into their fellowship. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership, however, carries with it duties and obligations. Anishka, you must attend your club's meetings regularly, perform your share of club service, and place your knowledge and talents at the disposal of the club in this task of carrying the principles of Rotary into the daily life of the community. Anishka, do you agree to accept these duties and obligations? Yes. I thought you'd say I do.
I just want to.
Yeah. I ask all members to rise, please. Rotarian Initiative. In the name of the Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise, we now formally admit you to our membership and ask your sponsor, the president will stand in for you, to fix a Rotary pin to your lapel. Right side. We ask you to wear this pin with pride to display your love for Rotary. Fellow Rotarians, I commend to you our newest member, Rotarian Anishka. I charge all of you to welcome her in true Rotary fashion.
Yeah, please make her welcome, give her hugs, welcome her. Anishka, the newest Rotarian in the galaxy. And then I'm going to invite PDG Felix to come right back to the podium to introduce our guest speaker, PDG Nancy Leonhardt.
Good morning again. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Nancy Leonhardt. Nancy joined the West Little Rotary Club in Little Rock, Arkansas in 2007. She served her club in many capacities, earning the New Rotarian of the Year Award in 2008 and the Rotarian of the Year Award in 2009 and in 2010. So that's so she won New Rotarian the first year, Rotarian of the Year second year, Rotarian of the Year third year. That's a good Rotarian. Since 2008, Nancy has continuously served as the club's executive secretary, even through her years as president and district governor. She's a major donor and member of the Paul Harris Society. Nancy has served District 6150 as a member of the Youth Exchange Committee. She's been a district trainer in 2015 and 2022, conference chair. She's been assistant governor, of course, and district governor in 2017, 2018. Nancy also served Rotary as an assistant Rotary coordinator for zones 30 and 31. In addition, Nancy also served as the vice chair for BELRAG, Basic Education and Literacy Rotary Action Group. Right. Nancy's favorite service project in her club is the work at Terry Elementary. The club supports a program or activity for each grade level from pre-K through 5. She especially enjoys reading and distributing the I Like Me books to the kindergartners and reading Dr. Seuss books on his birthday to the second graders. Nancy received her Bachelor of Science in Urban and Regional Planning from California Polytechnic University in Pomona. After working as a land planning consultant, Nancy began work in the nonprofit sector and has worked for various nonprofits as executive director. Since 2013, she's been the executive director of Adult Learning Alliance, advocating training and supporting community-based literacy councils, serving adult learners around the state of Arkansas. A fourth-generation Native Californian, Nancy moved to Arkansas in 1999. She and her husband, Darrell, have been married for 38 years and have a son, Jason, a daughter, Christina, who is also a Rotarian. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me introduce past District Governor Nancy.
Thank you, past District Governor Felix. Can somebody allow me to share my screen? And while that process is happening, can somebody also, one or two of you, tell me about some literacy projects that your club is working on? Anybody want to share?
Hi, PDG Nancy.
Hello.
Hi. All right, we've had a September full of events. Yes, a September to remember, like PDG Felix is saying. What we did, we came up with a project that we thought was absolutely brilliant. You know, we wanted to find a way to get the kids not just reading, but reading in a fun way. And so we coined the event #LitKaraoke, where we went into the children's home and we had a whole karaoke set up where they could read the lyrics and whatnot. And you'd be amazed that even the persons, the individuals who were in charge of the relevant homes, they were saying, oh, you know what, everyone is reading, everyone is actually participating, and they had a fabulous time. So much so that we did Lit Karaoke Take 2. Because so much so, and we went into one of the communities in the area, one of the communities in the Kemp Road area. And when I say it was even more magnified and intensified and whatnot, it was glorious. It was absolutely glorious. So that's one of the little projects that we've been doing. And we've donated, several hundred books thus far. We have a book drive, an internal book drive coming up. I didn't get to mention that this morning in the announcements. But yeah, we have a lot of things on stream, not just for this month, but also throughout the Rotary year.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you. Thank you for the great work that the difference that you are making in a child's life. And it sounds like many children. So wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm happy to be here this morning. Let me get my computer here. So I want to talk to you about LitRag. You were talking about BELRAG. We used to be called LitRag. We're now called BELRAG. Kind of want to talk to you about that, talk to you about literacy, adult literacy, as well as literacy for children. Both are equally important, and just kind of share with you some numbers and then all the things that BELRAG does and how we support Rotary and how we support Rotary clubs. So a little bit, as PDG Felix shared with you, let me get my computer working here. It's my screen does not want to change. There we go. My club is involved with an elementary school, and as he shared with you, one of my favorite projects is reading the I Like Me book to the kindergartners, and then we hand the book, give them each an I Like Me book as well afterwards. And kind of one of my first Rotary aha moment was when I presented a book to a child, and he said, he just grabbed that book and held it up to him. And he said, this is the first book that I've ever had that's mine. And so that just really touched me and reminded me of the work that we do in Rotary. And then my second aha moment surrounding the I Like Me book was about 3 years later, well, a couple of years later, a child who was in 3rd grade, a little boy came up to me and he said, I remember you. You gave me the I Like Me book when I was in kindergarten. And I just want you to know, I can read that book now. And that was extremely touching as well. So BELRAG, I shouldn't say BELRAG, all RAGs are groups that Rotarian action groups of Rotarians with a special interest and expertise within an area of focus. RAGs operate independently, but within guidelines established by Rotary. And our purpose is to support clubs and districts in development of projects. Any Rotarian can join a RAG. Most have modest membership dues of about $25. And involvement is a great way to network with Rotarians from around the world who have similar interests and expertise in whatever the cause may be. Non-Rotarians can join RAGs as well. They just are not able to serve in leadership roles. All in all, there's about 27 Rotarian action groups, each under the areas of focus in Rotary, and there's about 34,000 members globally. BELRAG, Basic Education Literacy, has 4 areas of emphasis. 1 is to increase awareness of literacy. 2, to strengthen the capacity of communities to support projects in their own communities, as there are literacy education needs in every locality in both developed and developing countries. 3, increase the scale and effectiveness of BEL projects with an emphasis on effectiveness and impact. In other words, do projects that are meaningful. And 4, establish partnerships, enhancing other areas of focus and with projects and organizations that can advance the efforts to implement quality BEL projects. So what is literacy? The emphasis is not just knowing letters and recognizing words, but also comprehension and critical thinking to make good decisions, improve and enhance our lives through access to knowledge. Literacy is not just a problem in developing countries. Here in the US, about 4 out of 5 adults have medium to high English literacy skills, and these levels of literacy are sufficient enough to compare and contrast information, paraphrase, and make low-level inferences. Due to COVID, as you all are probably aware, we have an acute crisis facing us worldwide, given the number of children who have been out of school or only attending school intermittently for the last 2.5 years as a result of the pandemic. Girls' education is especially a concern. Girls who will not return to school, or many girls will not be returning to school as a result of this interruption. Not only is the impact of COVID affecting literacy and learning, it has also affected the mental health of children. In the US alone, more than 200,000 kids had lost a parent or primary caregiver to the virus. This has increased the incidence of anxiety and depression among kids. One of the projects we just completed this year for my club, not related to literacy, but it is related to education. At the school that we have this educational partnership with, we created a Zen space. We took a room, freshly painted it, put bean bags, beanbag chairs, a soft lighting, a white noise machine, books, puzzles, just a space for kids to go to that if they started feeling some anxiety or just having a tough time in the classroom, it's a space that they can go to and relax and unwind and compose themselves. And we're going to probably see more and more of these types of spaces worldwide as a way to help kids with anxiety and depression. Another challenge that we face in literacy is internet access. Nearly 87% of people had access to the internet in developed countries compared to 47% in developing countries. I know I personally would have a hard time not being able to Google something. So I can imagine for children learning in those countries that lack internet access, that it is even more difficult. For comparison, 1 in 5 US adults have low literacy skills, which equates to about 43 million adults. In the Bahamas, you're faring much better with a literacy rate of 95.6%. However, there still are about 18,000 adults within your country with low literacy skills. In the Rotary year 2021, There were 184 basic education and literacy grants awarded, totaling $12.10 million, which equals about 8% of global grants. Since the global grants began in 2013-2014, the Rotary Foundation has granted $850 million in grants, which includes 958 individual Bell grants, totaling $80 million. We can do more. We need to really increase our literacy projects so that we can have a bigger chunk of those global grants. Here you can see how where those grants were distributed. The largest share of them were primarily in South America, and then following that in Asia and then Africa. This graph shows the variety of Bell grants, Bell projects that global grants were awarded. Technology has been one of the greatest areas of interest. With tech, there must, along with the other projects, there must be an emphasis on training, not just how to use tech, but to use technology to enhance and improve the quality of teaching and the quality of learning in each classroom. Training is an important part of each global grant, and that training equals sustainability. Second to technology, is teacher training, which emphasizes that sustainability. Current challenges we believe Rotarians need to address are early childhood education, a look at issues for school, out of school youth, dropouts primarily, and the need to have strong adult literacy programs. Past RI President Shaker's initiative to address girls' education is a continued area of emphasis as well. And as we heard at the Rotary International Convention here in Houston, Texas, that emphasis is continuing on with President Jennifer Jones. We need to ensure gender equity in education. So here are some ideas on how Rotary clubs can begin to implement literacy projects in their own communities. You all have done, sounds like some great ideas as well, and just keep up that great work. And look at other ways. You know, it sounds like you do a lot for the children, but I encourage you to look at ways that you can help adults as well. The number one indicator of a child's success in school is parents' education level. So if we're teaching, helping the adults, they in turn will help their children. So I wanted to kind of look at some projects that we've supported over the years. And that's a big part of what BELRAG does, is support clubs in developing global grants and projects that have to do with literacy, basic education and literacy. And so we look to help ensure that projects become programs. So here in Waterville, Maine, Rotarians started by reading to preschool programs. Then they partnered to ensure that those preschool families have access to books at home, and developed a toolkit for other clubs to use in replicating similar projects. The program is ROTARY'S, ROTARY'S, that's where the name came from. It was offered in, or it is offered in English, Spanish, and French. They even worked with a local Maine author who wrote a book called ROTARY'S Rescue, and that is now part of the program. Another example is the free reading program developed by Rotarians in Canada as a means to support strong reading and comprehension strategies. A great supplemental program for after-school programs, or can be used as part of the regular curriculum. It is being used effectively all around the world to help teach reading and writing to both children and adults for whom English is not their first language. It is free to users, and it is supported typically by annual subscriptions by Rotary clubs for schools or other programs such as an after-school program or something. So what can Rotarians do on a large scale? They need to look to include quality literature for classroom collections or school libraries. Many schools don't have books for children to read. I encourage you, when you are donating books, that they are representative of the students who will be reading them. They want to be able to identify with the characters in the book. Also need to include books and print resources that enhance other projects of Rotary focus areas like water, hygiene, and peace building. Be sure there is a strong long-term professional development for teachers in any program that you do. And remember adult literacy programs. Another part of any development of a program is to consider partnerships. We don't have to do it alone. We need to partner with organizations who have the expertise to help us implement our projects. Some examples of some partnerships that BELRAG has is the Guatemala Literacy Project, textbooks, children's literature, technology labs for rural indigenous communities in Guatemala. The Right to Read program, which provides community learning centers and libraries for First Nation communities in British Columbia and in Canada. And Education Beyond Borders, which is an outstanding teacher education program based in Canada, but does most of its work in East Africa and some in the Caribbean. BELRAG also produces webinars to raise awareness about basic education and literacy, different topics. We've done some on school closures, distance learning, and educating girls. And then math literacy is one that we have coming up as well. And you can always find out about those on our Facebook page or our website. One program that we have going on, and your karaoke project sounds like a great possibility for this. But we each September we do basic education and literacy awards. We provide, and those are for local community literacy projects. We'll be awarding 3 $500 awards to Rotary Club projects, and then 1 $500 award to a Rotaract project. The deadline to apply is the 30th of September. You can find information about it on our website. Somebody in the club must be a member of BELRAG to submit the application. But it's a great way to get a little extra money to support your project, and also we'll raise awareness about that project throughout the year and in presentations like this. Another example of a project that received a BELRAG Literacy Award was produced by the Rotary Club of the Caribbean. The Butterfly Storybook is a collection of original stories written by middle school students in the Caribbean. And Rotarians work with the students to teach Rotary's commitment to service and the 4-way test. And students write their stories, and the best stories are selected to be included in the book. It is published annually, and it's made available in English, Spanish, Creole, and books can be purchased on Amazon even. And the proceeds help support the project year after year. And with the help of the Rotary Club, the schools and the students each receive copies of the book as well. Literacy opens opportunity to create positive, lasting change. Rotarians can make a difference in so many areas through our support of quality education and literacy projects. BEL projects help increase our impact, expand our reach into communities, are great ways to enhance engagement and welcome new members, and help meet the evolving needs of our communities. BELRAG can be a great partner to enhance your club's BEL projects and we welcome more Rotarians to get involved with BELRAG. At this time, I welcome any questions that you may have.
Okay, are there any questions for our guest speaker? The audience, any question online?
Thank you. My comment is, well, thank you so much, Nancy, but my comment is that we've won 2 of your awards in recent years with previous literacy chair Janelle, who's now a lifetime member of BELRAG. And our current literacy chair tells me she's going to win an award. So today I'm committing that I will give for a lifetime membership for her.
All right, any questions online? But I'm going to invite our wonderful chair, literacy chair, to tell us about the project that's coming up that's going to deal with adult literacy. And she's so excited about the kids that she forgot that we have an adult literacy program coming up. And she is the best person to tell you about that. Please come forward, Chair.
Wonderful.
Forgive me, PDG Nancy. I've been forgetting everything all day. Y'all have to forgive me, honestly. But next week, Thursday, I still have to approach the board as it relates to the time. But next week, Thursday, the literacy committee is planning an adult literacy how-to session. So in that vein, I'm going to need all the help that I can get from all the members. We need persons in the banking field. We need persons in the insurance field. We are going to be making short but sweet presentations in conjunction with the National Library and Information Services. Mrs. Bowler, I'm sure you guys remember, she was our speaker 2 weeks ago. And so according to Mrs. Bowler, she has a unit there, and we're collaborating with them. They're inviting adults from all walks of life in the Bahamas, but we're going into the community and we are going to be giving how-to sessions on really how to navigate society successfully. Because according to Mrs. Bowler, one of the main challenges in the Bahamas as it relates to adult literacy is challenges as it relates to functional literacy. You know, they go into the society, they really can't read whether or not this is a can of corn in the food store. You know, you have to look at the picture in order to determine that it's a can of corn. You know, you have issues when you're driving along the roads, you really can't read the street signs, and you know, you just you can't really read the street signs. So we're going to try to get into the community and assist as best as we can. We're going to rely on our members. I see Rotarian Tamara, I'm also going to be speaking with you. I see PP Tanya, I'm going to be reaching out to you. PP Francis, I'm also going to be reaching out to you. So a few of you are going to be hearing from me within either today or tomorrow to see how best we can go in. But yes, that's our adult literacy program. Forgive me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So to encourage engagement, what we'll be doing the 5th Thursday, which is next Thursday, we will not have a meeting in the morning. So please don't show up here. We're going to the project and it's going to be hands-on. So all the persons online, I see 41 of you online. We expect to see you next Thursday, not online, not on Zoom, but at the library. Where's the library, Chair Cynthia? So you'll get the directions for the library, but for those who are visiting who'd like to participate.
The library is the library is almost opposite Columbus Primary on Wolf Road. Now, she gave me the directions, but I will be posting location in the chat, okay? So you guys don't have to worry. I'm gonna post the date, I'm gonna post the time, I'll post the location so that we know where we're gonna be, all right? And also, I promised, we said we can't come swinging hands, so I promise that refreshments will be served at the end. And so, yes, all right? Yes.
All right, so please give my literacy committee a big round of applause, led by Chairman Cynthia. I know she has PDG Felix, Who else is on your committee? Keisha. Sure, yes. Oh, Dr. Steve, a very active member of the committee. PP Tanya, Archeline, wonderful work, guys. You've been keeping Literacy Month lit. So please remember, next week, we're not meeting at our usual meeting time. We're meeting in the evening at the library, and we're going to be doing this project with our adults. All right, so with that said, we have just a few moments. Yes, so Director Patrick is going to go over the plans.
We've lost sound again.
Sorry, the sound went again?
Sound, no sound. Very, very low.
Okay, are you hearing us now? All right, go ahead.
PDG, we just want to say thank you for such a wonderful presentation. You know, usually when someone make a presentation and you have to give the vote of thanks, you know, you take a little note here to highlight, but you had so much information. You couldn't just pick out something, you know, all of it was so relevant and for the time. And we realized that you really have a passion for literature. And we thank you very much for your presentation. We are grateful that you take out the time to come this early in the morning. We know most people don't get up this early in the morning, but we thank you very much. And you have to enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, thank you.
Oh, and she's an hour behind. So yes, we thank you so much, PDG. Nancy, we appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to invite, we have just a few minutes. And so I'll ask Dr. Shev, our chair for wellness, a wellness tip, not a long tip. So please come forward. After which we'll have Director Kendrick, is he online? He's gonna do the 4-way test.
Good morning, everybody. For those who I didn't get to say good morning to before, I would have sent something in the chat from last evening. Just to give you some tidbits about diabetes and information about it. So if you know, or if you personally are suffering unintentional weight loss, you're excessively thirsty, you're very, very fatigued, if you can't go about doing your normal or regular activities that you normally do, if you see yourself having a insatiable appetite to just eating so much that you normally don't do, then that's something that you need to be concerned about. Those are some of the warning signs of diabetes. So if you or anyone in your household is experiencing these symptoms, I implore you to go and seek medical attention. Because as we all know, diabetes, what it is basically is that when your body cannot control the amount of sugar. The body uses sugar as a form of energy. And if it cannot, because of, for example, if your pancreas isn't working properly, or if you have an autoimmune disease where your pancreas isn't functioning the way it should be, then it leads to uncontrolled sugars. Your body cannot naturally send out that signal to say, hey, my sugars are high, I need to reduce it. So if you see any of those symptoms, please seek medical attention, because like earlier diabetes, like most of these non-communicable diseases actually can affect from a head to toe standpoint. You can have strokes, you can have heart disease, kidney disease, silent attacks. So just be aware of what your body is telling you, and please seek medical attention. I know we don't like to go to the physicians, but we are your friends. We are here to help you along so that you and your family can have a long, healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please come forward with the raffle. I'd like to invite Felix to come and pick the ticket. That way he doesn't pick his own ticket. Please come forward, PDG Felix. It would be funny if he picked his own ticket this morning. Let's see. Lord, we ask you to intervene in this situation.
This is one right here.
Let me see if you pick your own ticket.
No, I didn't.
Oh, almost. 475-3487. 87. Hold on. 87. 87 going once. 87 going twice. 87 going. No, the persons online have their names written at the back. Is Anishka? Oh.
Yes.
Do you have 87?
No.
No?
You sure that ain't me?
No, there's
I
only.
think that's mine. That's mine. It must be mine. Go on, pick another.
87.
I have 88. That's pretty close.
So I'm confused. How do I know what I have? How do I know what I have?
And it's 487. 487 going once. It's yours?
How do I?
I'm gonna take that. She's always winning, always winning. Yes, so our winner is my beautiful, beautiful guest, Shimon. Shimon, you won yourself a $75 gas voucher. Congratulations. All right. Okay, is Director Kendrick online? Four-way test.
Yes, yes, good morning, good morning.
All right, could you please stand for the four-way test?
Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it
build
build
goodwill and better
Better
friendships?
friendships.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And to do our final toast, I now ask Director Simone, hope you're online. Director Simone, the final toast.
Yes, I am, as we raise our glasses, mugs, tumblers to Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world.
$5. Oh no, that's my timer saying meeting is finished. All right, so perfect timing this morning. Thank you everyone for your contribution to this meeting. You helped to make the meeting a success. To all our visitors, all Rotarians that we have not seen in a while, thank you so much for showing up this morning. See you next Thursday at the library. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Good day, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Have a great day.
You too.
Good day.
Ciao.